So the year is 2026, and the internet is literally swarming with vibe coded applications. Let's say I pick one of these and I ask the maker how it was made and what the architecture behind it is. I can give you a 9 to 1 odd that that person would say they don't know. And this is something that fundamentally bothers me coming from a traditional software engineering background, because the idea of shipping something that we don't truly understand just doesn't sit well with me. So I created a fix for this, and it's called tinytutor. So this is basically a hook for Claude Code. And what it does is every time a significant chunk of meaningful code has been written, I like to call this as a milestone, it actually quizzes you to see how well you understand what has been created. So this is kind of trying to enforce that you understand the design of the system and what code is actually being written. So I just want to show you guys a demo so that we can understand it better. So this is published on NPM, and it can just be installed with one line like this, and everything runs locally within your system. So I have tinytutor, which is initialized for this specific folder, and I've also asked Claude to write a bunch of code here. So I want to see, I hope this new question is going to trigger something. So this is just a bit of some DSA code that I've asked it to write. And next, I'm going to ask it to write Dijkstra's algorithm. So let's try that out. And essentially what is supposed to happen, if it feels like we've hit a milestone and I need to kind of revise on what I've already written till now, and it's going to initialize a questionnaire here. And it's going to ask me a bunch of questions to see how well I understand it. So yeah, okay, see? Before we add Dijkstra's code, we're going to do a check-in on the code, and let's just see how well you understand it, right? So it's asking me a question for disjoint set union. It's instead of just return this, I'm not sure what the question is. I'm just going to answer something. We want to do path compression. I don't know. This might not even be the right answer. Okay, it was right. And it's asking me another question. Okay, so I'm just going to say I don't know so that I can save time. And let's see, it always gives me an answer, a pointwise answer, which I can read and understand. Okay, and another question. Let's also say I don't know to see what it does. Okay, so it gives me the answer. And okay. So what it does is that it actually quizzes me and it remembers how well I answered. Okay, so it says the first question about path compression was correct. Second question, result was unknown because I said I don't know, right? And if you see this over here, it's making a note of the weak topics, right? So it says threesome that I didn't understand the early break, and then twosome, I didn't understand this. So this, according to it, is one milestone. This is the first checkpoint. And next time when it triggers tinytutor again, what it's going to do is it's going to compare the diff between what this checkpoint had and the next one does. So it also makes sure that it repeatedly asks me about what my weak topics until I get better at it, okay? So this is gonna be stored locally within your Claude instance, so tinytutor has its own memory, and the good thing about this is it completely stays on your machine. There's no server, there's no memory being stored elsewhere, no data is being sent, it's all running locally, so your information is just yours. And the thing is, it doesn't let you add that code or do your next development until you go through this process of having a tiny check-in by tinytutor. So yeah, I wanted to do that because we have a lot of platforms where we can go and learn a course and do stuff. But then when you're actually developing, think about the number of times you're just vibe coding and you think, okay, once I finish this, I'm going to go back and check what I did. And then you never go back. So this is like trying to enforce that you understand what you're doing while you're doing it, and it makes sure. So that's why I made it. And yeah, as I said, it is on NPM. You guys can just go download it and just use it, check it out. Let me know how it is. I will be like releasing some improvements for this, and I want to make it agent agnostic. So right now it's for Claude, but yeah, I'm going to try to make it into like a Visual Studio plugin or something. And the full code is on GitHub. So if you guys want to check that out and contribute, I would really like that. So go ahead, and I hope this will be helpful to some people. So yeah, happy learning, everybody.